Sheltie, or Shetland Sheepdog, is a breed of dog bred in Great Britain. History of the breed. The Shetland Islands are home to the Shetland Islands. It is believed that the breed is as old as the islands themselves, but documentary evidence of this is difficult to find. The original name of the breed is Toonie dog. At one time, the use of the Sheltie, a small dog, was possible, since they were required not to guard the herds, but only to manage them. In conditions when the herds were few and the sheep were small, the Shelties did their job well. However, at the end of the 19th century, the enlargement of sheep farms took place, the herds increased accordingly, and the small shepherd dogs could no longer cope with the volume of work. Shepherds began to use larger shepherds, which immediately affected the Sheltie. The breed was on the verge of extinction. The situation was changed by amateurs who perceived Shelties exclusively as pets. In 1909, the Scotland Club was established in Scotland, and the breed gradually began to gain international recognition. In 1914, the English Sheltie Club was created. The first standard specified that the Sheltie should have the appearance of a miniature collie. At the same time, the breed got its official name. In 1948, the English Kennel Club made the last significant amendments to the standard, which was then accepted by all English breeders. According to one version, despite strong external similarities with the rough collie, the Shelties were originally bred not from them, but from the border collie, by crossing with other herding dogs. There is another version, the Sheltie in the 9th-14th centuries, an aboriginal breed, related and similar in appearance to the Scandinavian Spitz. The early form of the Sheltie was the result of interbreeding of the native Spitz with the newly arrived Scottish herding breeds. It was only at the beginning of the 20th century that the breed began to be mixed with the rough collie. Appearance. Small, long-haired working dog, very beautiful, free from clumsiness and rudeness. The silhouette is symmetrical so that no part looks out of proportion. Lush coat, fluffy mane and collar, finely shaped head with a pretty expression. The head, when viewed from above or from the side, has the shape of a long blunt wedge, tapering from the ears to the nose. The width of the skull is in the correct proportion to the length of the skull and muzzle. Overall, everything should be judged in relation to the size of the dog. The skull is flat, moderately wide between the ears, the occipital protuberance is not protruding. Cheeks flat, blending smoothly into a well-rounded muzzle. The skull and muzzle are of equal length, the dividing point is the inner corner of the eye. The top line of the skull is parallel to the top line of the muzzle, with a slight but distinct transition from the forehead to the muzzle. The nose, lips and lip lines are black. The characteristic expression arises from the complete harmony between the skull and muzzle, the shape, color and position of the eyes, the correct position and set of the ears. The jaws are symmetrical, evenly sculpted, strong, with a well-developed chin. The lips are tightly closed. The teeth are healthy, with an excellent, uniform and complete scissor bite, while the upper row of incisors goes in front of the lower ones without a gap. The teeth are vertical in the jaw. A complete set of 42 correctly positioned teeth is highly desirable. The eyes are of medium size, set obliquely, almond-shaped. Dark brown, except for merle dogs in which one or both eyes may be blue or blue speckled. The ears are small, moderately wide at the base, located fairly close to each other on the skull. At rest, they are laid back, in a state of alertness directed forward, semi-erect with corners bent forward. The neck is well muscled, well arched, of sufficient length to give the head a proud set. The body is slightly longer from the shoulder blade joints to the ischial tuberosities than the height at the withers. The chest is deep down to the elbows. Ribs well sprung, closely converging in the lower half to allow the forearms and shoulders to move freely. The back is straight, a slight convexity of the lower back, the croup is gradually sloping. The tail is set low, reaching at least to the hocks, richly covered with hair and slightly curved upwards. May be slightly raised in motion, but never above the back line. Not broken in any way. The shoulders are very well bent back. The withers are separated only by the spine, the shoulder blades are oblique in order to provide room for the desired arch of the ribs. Shoulder blade joints well angulated. Shoulders and shoulder blades are approximately the same length. The distance from the ground to the elbows is equal to the distance from the elbows to the withers. Seen from the front, the forelegs are straight, muscular and symmetrical, with strong bones. The pasterns are strong and flexible. The thighs are broad and muscular, the thigh bones enter the pelvic bones at right angles. Well-angulated knees, well-formed hocks, well-angulated, low-set, strong. Metatarsus straight when viewed from behind. The feet are oval with dense pads, the toes are arched and closed. The coat is double, the outer top coat consists of a long, coarse and straight coat. The undercoat is soft, short and dense. The mane and collar are very curvy. Forelegs well pubescent. The hindquarters are heavily pubescent above the hock, below the hock they are covered with rather short and smooth hair. The coat on the face is short. Short-haired specimens are highly undesirable. The color is sable. Pure colors are shades from light gold to juicy macagon, while the shades should be pronounced tricolor, deep black on the body with predominantly juicy red-brown markings, blue merle, pure silver blue, with black specks and marbling. Juicy reddish-brown markings are preferred, but their absence is allowed. Large black spots, shale gray or rusty deposits, both on the top coat and on the undercoat, are highly undesirable. The overall impression should be determined by blue, wolf and gray colors are undesirable. By merle, pure silver blue, with black specks and marbling. Red, a spot on the forehead, collar, chest, frill, limbs and the tip of the tail can be white, except for the color black and red-brown. Preference should be given to the presence of all or a few of these white markings, except black and reddish-brown. The absence of these marks shall not be penalized. White spots on the body are highly undesirable. Height at withers in males 37 cm, females 35.5 cm, deviation in height within 2.5 cm is permissible. Temperament. Loving and understanding her owner, loving not only her master, but also his acquaintances, friends, never nervous, very affectionate, easily trained to various commands, will not give her master an offense. Sheltie. Price and how to buy correctly. The price of a Sheltie dog will depend on several factors. Town, place of purchase, puppy class, coat color, floor. Dogs with color by color, Bimmel are more expensive. Sable color in this breed is common, so such puppies will cost the buyer less. A puppy without defects will cost about $500. A dog from famous parents can cost more. If the puppy has a minor defect, then its cost will not exceed $200. Choosing a Sheltie puppy is a daunting task. These dogs are susceptible to many diseases, so you need to recognize a sick baby right away. The risk of acquiring a sick puppy will be much higher if you make your purchase with your hands, according to an advertisement on the internet. It is better to take such dogs in specialized kennels, where real professionals are engaged in their breeding. The puppy must be selected personally, not by photograph. You need to go to the nursery and fully examine the options. You need to make your choice among cheerful, fluffy and well-fed babies. A healthy puppy will have clean ears and eyes. The area under the tail should also be clean, no signs of diarrhea. The puppy's coat should smell good, be soft to the touch. If the baby itches, then he has fleas. Attention should be paid to the behavior of the Sheltie puppy. Too sluggish or, on the contrary, too active a dog may be defective. Lameness, uncertain gait, apathy, thinness are all alarming signs. The price of a Sheltie breed dog will depend on several factors. Town, place of purchase, puppy class, coat color, floor. Dogs with color by color, Bimmel are more expensive. Sable color is common in this breed, so such puppies will cost the buyer less. A puppy without defects will cost about $500. A dog from famous parents can cost more. If the puppy has a minor defect, then its cost will not exceed $300. Choosing a Sheltie puppy is a daunting task. These dogs are susceptible to many diseases, so you need to recognize a sick baby right away. The risk of acquiring a sick puppy will be much higher if you make your purchase with your hands, according to an advertisement on the internet. It is better to take such dogs in specialized kennels, where real professionals are engaged in their breeding. The puppy must be selected personally, not by photograph. You need to go to the nursery and fully examine the options. You need to make your choice among cheerful, fluffy and well-fed babies. A healthy puppy will have clean ears and eyes. The area under the tail should also be clean, no signs of diarrhea. The puppy's coat should smell good, be soft to the touch. If the baby itches, then he has fleas. Attention should be paid to the behavior of the Sheltie puppy. Too sluggish or, on the contrary, too active a dog may be defective. Lameness, uncertain gait, apathy, thinness are all alarming signs. Taking such a puppy is not worth it. It is also important to determine the gender of the baby. Females are more expensive than males, but significantly inferior to them in terms of visual appeal. Sheltie boys are much brighter and more interesting.